Hi, today I'm going to show you how to create a team match on BBO, and this is aimed at Manchester County Bridge Association players who want to play their league or cup matches online during this period of lockdown. Now first, a word of caution. If you're a new user to BBO, then BBO won't let you create a team match. You have to have a certain number of logins before it will give you that privilege, because creating a team match is considered to be slightly more complicated, and so it's for sophisticated users. If that is going to mean that you can't do it, then by all means please send me an email, league@manchesterbridge.org.uk, and I'll be happy to set the match up for you by arrangement. Okay, first thing we need to do is log into BBO. And when you see the home screen, under Play or Watch Bridge, click on Competitive. You see a list of tournaments and underneath Other Competitive Games, and we want to click on Team Matches. And that'll give us this screen, which is team matches that are currently taking place. Now we need to create a team match, so we click here on the blue Create Team Match. And this is the screen we'll get now. We give the match a title, let's call it MCBA, and a description, and I'm going to say this is Div 2 first half. The reason I say first half is because if you want to play a 24 board match and you want to swap seats at half time, the way we normally do, then you will have to run it as two 12 board halves. Okay, there'll be separate team matches on BBO. Let's put the team names in here, and you can use any names here. You can label the teams as red and blue, north and south, anything you want, but as this is for the league, it might be easier if you just label them with the actual team names. Now do not click on Create Team Match here at the bottom. Don't do that. We've got a lot more to do first. Along the top here are three different menus. The second one, we've just done identification. The second one is options. Under options, we're going to tick imps. We're going to set it up for 12 boards. This is the first half of a 24 board match. So 12 boards, use random deals, and then at the bottom some more options. Now, if you want to allow kibitzers, that's fine, but you must uncheck the box that allows them to chat with players. Otherwise, you may find kibitzers watching the play or the bidding and then sending private messages to the players telling them what they should be doing. So do not allow them to chat with players. If you want to allow them, it's fine by me. Allow undos is something that is up to you. I'm happy if you want to allow undos. A lot of players on BBO, particularly when they're new to it, will have a tendency to misclick, and a misclick in the bidding is really pretty much the same as a mechanical error. A misclick on the play is perhaps a bit more serious, but they do happen where you simply click on the wrong card by mistake. Bearing in mind we're doing this on computers or iPads. So I suggest that it's up to you, but I suggest you allow undos. When a player asks for an undo, you can choose not to give it to them if you think that they're taking the mickey, that they actually have changed their mind rather than made a simple mistake. Up to you whether you allow it or not. But the next one, barometer scoring, you must untick that. Barometer scoring means that all the players can see the scores and the comparative scores from both tables after they've played the boards. And we don't want them to do that. You can't do that when you're playing a face-to-face match. You won't know what's happening in the other room, and we don't want people to know what's happening in the other room here, because it may influence the way they bid or play a particular board. Now, yet again, we don't click on Create Team Match. We move on to Reserve Seats. Here you need to know the names of the people who are going to play. That's the BBO screen names. I'm going to click on my People tab here, and I have put on the people I'm going to invite to play in this match. I'm going to suggest that you get the screen names of the 8 people who are going to play, 7 plus yourself, and you add them like this. Simply click on Add Friend here, type their screen name in and add, and they will now appear on your list of friends, and therefore you will be able to see that they're online, because you can't set a team match up unless all 8 players are online. Now, we now have to seat the players, and the way we seat them is we simply add them to the team they're playing for. Not the room they're going to play in, the team they're playing for. So I'm going to set up the first team, Rejuvenated, and we will have 4 players there. And you'll see they're all on my list on the right, but none of them are online. That one's wrong, that's better. And here, the second team. Now the team name, the names must be exactly right. There should be a space there. I've put that space in. They have to be typed in exactly correctly. And finally, that's done. Now that match is ready to start. All I would have to do is click on Create Team Match, and provided all the players were online, the match would start. If any of them are not online, then the match will fail and you're going to have to go through this whole process again. So it is important to make sure they're all online before you start the match. Now, at the end of 12 boards, the match will finish and the results will appear in your history. You now need to set the second half up, and you do exactly the same here. Identify MCBA, this time we're going to call it second half. You have to type all these in again for the second half. Team names, move to options, set all the options up that we're going to use. And this time, when we reserve seats, we put the same 4 players at table 1, but at table 2, we change the seating of these players. So the players that sat north-south in the first half are going to sit east-west in the second half, and the vice versa. So that's how it should look for your second half match, your second 12-board match. And now you create team match and you go off and play the second half. The players should have switched at each table, so that north-south at the Rejuvenated table will now play the players who were north-south in the first half at the New Connections table. At the end of the match, there you will get the results in your history. Now take the results from both halves of the match in the same way as you would do face-to-face. Create a result, imps, the number of imps that each team has scored, convert it to VPs, and enter it on the EBU site as you would do normally. And that's it. As I said earlier, if you've got problems with this or if you don't have sufficient logins to set a team match up, please contact me, league@manchesterbridge.org.uk. Give me plenty of time. Don't do it 5 minutes before you want to play the match. Do it a few days before, and I will try and make sure that I will be available to set the match up for you on the day you want to play it. You will need all the login names of the players. Hope that's helped.